Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. We all know the power of advertising, and some TV adverts or commercials are so powerful and memorable that you remember them for years afterwards. However, sometimes TV adverts can backfire due to being seen as being offensive, and this can massively damage the brand's reputation for a long time. So here are 5 TV adverts from the UK that were either banned or pulled from the air due to the backlash they received. And with that, let's get started. McDonald's Dad. The McDonald's Dead Dad advert, which was officially called Dad, was a 2017 commercial released by McDonald's UK. The ad followed a young boy who struggled to find a common ground or connection with his deceased father, and his mother pointed out many ways in which the two of them are different.
He was never scruffy, always smart, and his shoes, so shiny you could see your face in them.
But at the end of the advert, the boy discovers that they both shared a love for the same McDonald's Filet-O-Fish sandwich. The ad attempted to evoke emotions of nostalgia, memory, and the bonding power of shared experiences, particularly around food and family. The controversy surrounding the ad arose from its emotional subject matter and how it addressed grief and the loss of a loved one in the context of a fast food commercial. Many people online said that McDonald's was exploiting a sensitive and personal issue, such as grieving the loss of a parent, for their own commercial gain. And people felt that the ad was manipulative, attempting to use emotional triggers to sell a product rather than focusing on genuine human emotion. A significant portion of the audience, including people who had experienced the loss of a parent themselves, found the ad to be highly inappropriate and accused McDonald's of insensitivity. According to an article in The Guardian, the controversy quickly escalated on social media platforms where users shared their opinions, with some people saying that the ad was disgusting and shameful. The Advertising Standards Authority, or the ASA, said that it received 256 complaints about the advert, and some people also complained that the advert aired right before Father's Day in the UK, which only increased the outrage. The ASA did look into the matter, but decided not to launch an official investigation. After the backlash intensified, a McDonald's spokesperson released a statement which confirmed that McDonald's would be pulling the ad from the air. McDonald's said, quote, "We can confirm today that we have taken the decision to withdraw our Dad TV ad. The advert will be removed from all media, including TV and cinema, completely and permanently this week. It was never our intention to cause any upset. We are particularly sorry that the advert may have disappointed those people who are the most important to us, our customers." The so-called Dead Dad advert controversy sparked broader conversations about the ethics of advertising and the fine line between emotional storytelling and exploitation. And it served as a reminder to brands and advertisers about the sensitivity required when addressing deeply personal and emotional topics, especially in the context of selling products or services. KFC The Whole Chicken. In 2017, KFC launched a TV advert called The Whole Chicken, which aimed to highlight KFC's commitment to using quality chicken in its products. The commercial mainly featured a chicken dancing and strutting around to an upbeat song by DMX, and several other chickens were also shown in the background.
First we gonna rock, then we gonna roll, then we let it pop, don't let it go.
The imagery and messaging intended to emphasize KFC's use of 100% chicken meat in their meals. However, the portrayal of the chickens garnered criticism for several reasons. One of the primary concerns raised by viewers and animal rights groups was the potential to mislead audiences regarding the treatment of chicken in the fast food industry. The larger-than-life chickens used in the advert, while a playful and attention-grabbing element, sparked questions about the perception of the ethical treatment of animals and whether the advert accurately represented KFC's sourcing and treatment of chickens. This is especially true given that KFC has been criticised many times over the years regarding the treatment of chickens on farms. And for example, according to The Guardian, in 2020, KFC admitted that a third of its chickens suffer painful inflammation after a formal investigation at their chicken farms. When it came to the dancing chicken advert, Critics argued that the advert's light-hearted and cheerful depiction of the chickens clashed with the reality of factory farming and the conditions in which chickens are raised for food production. It also raised questions about transparency in advertising and whether such representations might mislead customers about the realities of industrial poultry farming. After receiving over 750 complaints, the ASA conducted an investigation, with people saying that the advert was, quote, disrespectful to chickens and distressing for vegetarians, vegans and children. And despite KFC's assurance that the advert was intended to emphasise their use of quality chicken, the ASA upheld the complaints and the advert was subsequently banned. The ASA ruled that the ad was likely to mislead customers regarding the welfare of the chickens used by KFC, and could cause distress by presenting an inaccurate portrayal of the sourcing process of the chickens. And this ban of KFC's The Whole Chicken advert prompted wider discussions about the responsibility of advertisers in representing food sourcing practices accurately and ethically. Protein World, are you beach ready? Protein World is a UK company that sells health-focused products such as protein powders, weight loss supplements, and sports nutrition products. In 2015, Protein World launched a Beach Body Ready ad campaign, which ignited a firestorm of controversy and subsequently became a focal point for discussions about body image, advertising ethics, and societal standards of beauty. The ad campaign included a TV commercial which featured several slender, tanned models wearing bikinis with the tagline, "Are you beach ready?" While some people found this ad harmless at first glance, the campaign quickly drew criticism for perpetuating unrealistic and narrow ideals of beauty, particularly regarding women's bodies. The imagery of young, slender women, coupled with the tagline of "Are you beach body ready?" suggested that only a specific body type was acceptable or ready for the beach, implicitly excluding diverse body shapes and sizes. And it was not only the TV advert that was criticised, but also a series of billboard posters that featured the same message with similar imagery of young, slim people. One of the primary criticisms people had about the ad campaign was its potential to promote body shaming and exacerbate societal pressures on individuals, especially women, to conform to an idealised standard of beauty. Critics argued that such imagery can contribute to feelings of inadequacy and low self-esteem among those who don't fit the narrowly defined beauty norms portrayed in the ad. According to an article in The Guardian, the controversy intensified as an online petition demanded the removal of the advert, which gained significant traction, amassing over 70,000 signatures. The ASA received over 700 complaints, prompting an investigation into the ad's content and impact. The ASA eventually banned the ad campaign, citing concerns over its potentially harmful and socially irresponsible messaging. They concluded that the advert's presentation of the model and its implicit message that a specific body type was necessary for the beach was likely to cause widespread offence and reinforce harmful body stereotypes. In response to the slew of negative tweets about the campaign, Protein World's CEO Arjun Seth said, quote, "Sales have tripled and the PR department just got their bonus." And he also said that the adverts were meant to be, quote, "aspirational." Transport for London, which is the organisation responsible for all public transport in London, said that they would no longer allow the billboard ads to be featured in London tube stations. The ban of this ad sparked further debates about the responsibility of advertisers in portraying body image and the impact such messaging can have on individuals, especially vulnerable groups like adolescents who are often susceptible to body image issues. Paddy Power blind football players. Paddy Power is an Irish gambling company that is popular throughout Ireland and the UK. In 2010, Paddy Power released a controversial ad. The advert depicted blind athletes playing a game of football, which involves a football with a bell inside so that the players can hear where the ball is. However, during the game, a cat wearing a bell around its neck accidentally makes its way onto the football pitch, and one of the players then kicks the cat, thinking that it is the ball.
Paddy Power can't get Tiddles back.
It is then explained that although they can't get the cat back, Paddy Power can get people's money back with their money back specials. The ad immediately sparked outrage and condemnation from viewers, animal rights organisations and the general public. The ad was criticised for its blatant disregard for animal welfare and for seemingly making light of blind people. According to an article in the BBC, the ASA received 1,089 complaints, which was the 5th highest number in ASA's history at the time. In response to the criticism, Paddy Power said that the ad depicted a, quote, normal event but featured an action that was so unlikely that it was absurd and was a worst nightmare type of scenario. And they also said that at the end of the ad, the cat was, quote, clearly and deliberately shown to be unharmed. Clearcast, which is the organisation that vets TV adverts before they get broadcast, also said that the ad was set up in a, quote, jokey, highly unrealistic situation. The ASA eventually ruled that the ad was unlikely to be interpreted by most viewers as malicious, or to imply that blind people were likely to cause harm to animals while playing football, so the advert was allowed to air. However, the ad was still highly criticised by many people, and the advert seemingly only got shown a few times and was then quickly shelved. So it's assumed that Paddy Power decided that the ad was just too controversial to show, and it was not good for their public image. Ryanair, jab and go. Ryanair is a popular Irish airline that offers low-cost flights to many popular tourist destinations, mainly in Europe. Ryanair came under fire in 2020 after they launched a controversial ad campaign called Jab and Go. The ad campaign aired during the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, just after the COVID vaccination programme had been started in the UK. The ad showed many happy young people on holiday in various European destinations.
COVID vaccines are coming, so you could jab and go. Book today on Ryanair.com, and if your plans change, so can your booking.
The ad campaign, which also featured a small bottle labelled vaccine and a syringe, encouraged the public to snap up bargain deals to sunny European destinations such as Spain and Greece because you could, quote, jab and go, with the word jab being used as another word for vaccination. According to an article in The Guardian, the ad campaign received 2,370 complaints, which made it the third most complained about advert of all time. Many people criticised the advert and said that it was misleading to suggest that most people could be vaccinated by spring or summer and therefore be able to go abroad, and that being vaccinated meant no restrictions would be in place. People also said that the ad was irresponsible because it encouraged customers to believe that once they had their first vaccination, they would no longer need to follow health restrictions such as mask wearing or social distancing. The other issue was that with the exception of a handful of islands in Greece and Portugal, all 4 of the countries mentioned in the ads were not on the so-called travel corridor list, which meant that people returning from those countries would be subject to a 10-day quarantine. And this information was not mentioned anywhere in the ad campaign. And many people accused Ryanair of inadvertently encouraging people to travel and therefore spread the COVID-19 virus. According to an article in The Independent, the ASA investigated and ruled that Ryanair's ad broke the UK ad rules relating to misleading and irresponsible advertising, and the ads were then banned. Ryanair later said that although they would comply with the ASA's ruling and they would not show the advert anymore, they called the accusations, quote, baseless, and said that, quote, the ASA's ruling flies in the face of the UK's successful vaccine rollout. And this ad campaign did slightly damage Ryanair's reputation for some time, although this seemed to disappear once the COVID restrictions were eventually lifted. So there you go, there were 5 controversial TV ads in the UK that were banned or pulled from the air. Do you think that these ads deserve to be banned? And are there any other controversial adverts that you were surprised were not allowed to air? Let me know in the comments. If you'd like to get early access to my videos as well as exclusive content, you can become a member of my Patreon and you'll unlock these amazing benefits, and I'll put a link in the description. Please make sure you like, comment and share this video as it really helps support my channel. And of course, please make sure you hit the subscribe button to stay up to date about new uploads. Thanks for watching, and I hope you'll join me again in future videos. Thank you, bye!